Hi, I'm Dr. Roxana Sandu. Today we are continue talking about energy. Imagine your body as living, breathing city, one that never sleeps. There is traffic flow through your muscles, data exchange in your brain, civic planning from your heart, and waste management thanks to your liver. But powering this entire city behind the scenes are tiny, tireless energy factories called mitochondria. They are so small, you would need a microscope to see them. Yet they produce nearly all the energy your body uses to move, to think, breathe, repair, even sleep. It's like having millions of micropowers plants lighting up your cells day and night, no breaks, no holidays. And here's the catch, these little energy engines don't stay young and efficient forever. Over time, especially with stress, poor diet, and just the natural march of aging, they start to wear down. They produce less energy, they get messy, and sometimes they go rogue and start leaking toxic byproducts that damage your body from the inside out. That's when things like fatigue, brain fog, poor recovery, and even visible aging begin to show up. And today we are going straight into your cellular engine room to understand what's going wrong. And more importantly, how you can get those mitochondria humming again. Let's make this real. Every time you blink, digest a meal, take a step, or have a thought, your mitochondria are fueling that moment. They take the food you eat and the oxygen you breathe and convert them into a substance called ATP, adenosine triphosphate. Think of ATP as your body energy currency. Without it, everything just stops. Brain cells and muscle cells are totally energy addicts. They are loaded with mitochondria, sometimes thousands in a single cell, because they need constant fuel to keep you thinking clearly, moving freely, and staying strong. When those mitochondria are functioning well, you feel energized, alert, and motivated. Your memory is sharp, your skin glows, even your metabolism stays efficient. And when mitochondria starts to break down, it's a different story. Suddenly you feel slower. And here is the important part. It's not just getting older. It's often a sign your cells are running on empty. The downside, what goes wrong with age? So what actually causes mitochondria to decline? Well, like any complex machinery, mitochondria are vulnerable to wear and tear. This damage comes from oxidative stress, tiny chemical reactions that produce free radicals, which are kind of like cellular exhaust fumes. In small amounts, these are normal, but when we pile up, especially with poor lifestyle habits, they start to damage the mitochondria themselves. And when mitochondria get damaged, they stop producing clean energy. They leak more free radicals. It's a downgrade spiral, less energy, more cellular damage, and eventually aging that accelerates from the inside out. This kind of mitochondrial decline is now linked to almost every major chronic disease we associate with aging, like diabetes, Alzheimer, heart disease, even cancer. And yes, it shows up in your skin as well. Wrinkles, dullness, and sagging all have mitochondrial story behind them. And maybe most surprising, the loss of motivation, slow mental processing, and reduced resilience we often think is just age. These are often signs of mitochondrial dysfunction long before disease show up on a lab test. So, what wrecks your mitochondria daily? Let's bring this even closer to home. There are things many of us do every single day that quietly sabotage our mitochondria. Eating too often, especially high sugar, ultra processed foods, foods that flood your cells with glucose and spike insulin. And high insulin makes mitochondria sluggish. Chronic stress, mental, emotional, or physical, all keep the cortisol high, which in turn keeps your mitochondria in survival mode. They stop thriving and just focus on basic function. Environmental toxins like pesticides or plastic from the polluted air all disrupt mitochondrial function. Sleep deprivation, that's a big one. Your mitochondria do most of the repair and regeneration during deep sleep. Skip that, and you're asking yesterday tired cells to power today's life. And then there is alcohol, smoking, and sedentary behavior, classic mitochondrial assassins. It's like asking your body to run a marathon while filling the gas tank with sugar water and poking holes in the engine block. How to reboot your mitochondria? Now, here is the hopeful part. Mitochondria are dynamic. They can heal, they can multiply, and they can absolutely be optimized if you know how to speak their language. Start with intermittent fasting. When you give your body time without food, like 14, 16 hours, you activate cellular cleanup modes like autophagy and mitophagy. These processes help remove damaged mitochondria and replace them with fresh, efficient ones. Add in exercise, especially high intensity intervals or resistance training. These short, powerful stressors actually encourage your body to make more mitochondria. It's like strength training for your cells. Cold exposure, yes, that icy shower or brief winter walk that stimulates your mitochondria to adapt, toughen, and produce more energy. Prioritize sleep like it's medicine. Aim to 7 to 9 hours of quiet rest. This is healing time for your cells. And of course, feed your mitochondria well. Whole, colorful food rich in antioxidants, vitamin B, magnesium. These are healthy fats preferred as fuel. Leafy greens, wild-caught fish, avocados, olive oil, fermented foods like kimchi and sauerkraut. This is like gold for mitochondria. What are the supplements that support your cell power? Now, supplements are not magic, but when your lifestyle is in check, they can give your mitochondria a serious edge. Start with coenzyme Q10, especially if you are over 40 or on statins. It helps mitochondria produce ATP more efficiently. Acetyl L-carnitine, this acts like a shuttle, helping fatty acids get into mitochondria to be burned as fuel, great for both energy and brain health. Magnesium and B vitamins are essential for the enzymes your mitochondria use to function. Without them, even a perfect diet won't translate into cellular energy. Alpha lipoic acid and NAD boosters like NMN or NR are promising tools for deeper mitochondrial rejuvenation, although they are best used selectively and with guidance. Remember, these are additions, not replacements. The real magic happens when these tools build on a strong foundation on daily mitochondrial care. And here's the truth that modern medicine is just starting to catch up with. Aging is not just about time passing, it's about energy declining. And where does that energy begin? In your mitochondria. When your mitochondria thrive, you thrive. You think better, move better, heal faster, look brighter, and live with that unmistakable sense of vitality that so many people assume disappears with age. But it doesn't have to. You have the ability to reboot your energy at the cellular level. Not someday, not through magic, but starting today. With every choice you make about how to eat, what you eat, how to move, when to move, to rest, and to recover. So ask yourself, how is your inner power grid doing? In our next episode, we are talking inflammaging, what inflammation does to your body and how it relates to aging. Until then, stay curious, stay kind to yourselves, and keep that energy flowing.